Alright, are we ready for something real down today? Look at this cooldown recovery speed modifier, 86% right off base. If we go to my shockwave, we have 134% cooldown recovery speed. And for the prismatic burst, 146%. This is a shockwave prismatic burst build, trying to get it to work. Not really a build because it's not going to do enough damage and it's not good enough, but I really wanted to try to make Prismatic Burst work. And I think the best way to make Prismatic Burst work is going to be cooldown reduction and or a very expensive Shaco, which I did not want to save up for and buy. So instead, I spent a lot of time and money getting a bunch of 3% cooldown recovery rate jewels. This body armor has 6 of them, each one having 3% cooldown recovery rate, one of the rarest mods you can get, and it has to be an item level 86 Watcher's Eye in order to get that cooldown recovery rate, and I have 7 of them there. Now, you can obviously go into here, and you can put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can go crazy with it. You can get a bunch more cooldown recovery rate. But I don't think you can make a functional build that way. Maybe. I might give it a shot. I might buy a bunch of more of those jewels because I cannot roll another one of these sons of bitches. Because, man, that took so long to roll these jewels. But anyway, so there's some cooldown reduction on this body armor. The belt has 16%. It goes up to 20, I believe. So I'm missing 4% there. Obviously, another cooldown reduction Abyss Jewel in the belt. Then you got these boots, which have 19%. And they have some that go to 20. So I'm missing 1 there. So out of like an honest cooldown reduction build, I'm missing 4 right off the table. I'm missing 5 cooldown reduction right off the table. 4 on the belt, 1 on the boots. With just the gear. Now, obviously, as I said, you can go into here and you can put a bunch of stuff in there, and you can use the gloves that had the 2 Abyss slots on there and get another 6 there. But that's going crazy. I might go crazy a little later, but until then, I decided to use these gloves, which have some pretty good synergies with some of the new masteries. A Brain Rattler. The setup is Cyclone, Divergent Shockwave for the extra cooldown, Critical Strikes, Critical Damage, Prismatic Burst, Awaken Added Lightning, and my Brain Rattler has Sucketed Gems are supported by level 10 Inspiration. So it's a pretty good Brain Rattler. It's going to be shocking. I decided to focus on lightning damage, as you can see from my Awakened Added Lightning damage support, which does +1 to supported lightning gems, which includes the Prismatic Burst. Okay, no it doesn't. Has a lightning tag. How come it doesn't? Odd. It's a good thing I didn't try what I was thinking, which was Awaken Cold, Awaken Lightning, and Awaken Fire to increase the Prismatic Burst level 3 levels, but it doesn't look like it works because I guess the Prismatic tag overwrites the Lightning tag, or it's not a level of supported Lightning skill gems. Oh, it's probably not a skill gem? Yeah, it's not a skill gem. Oh, well. Can't do it. Maybe I'll go pop on Invenerate. No, this is probably stronger than Invenerate anyways. This isn't really a build I recommend anyone try, but I'm sure a lot of people were thinking in their mind's eye, what kind of cooldown? What kind of shockwave prismatic burst? What would a shockwave prismatic burst build look like with a lot of cooldown? So let's take a look. The cooldown is extremely cool, obviously. And I'm a big fan of cooldown reduction. Diablo 3's cooldown reduction was probably the best thing about Diablo 3. I did a lot of cooldown reduction stuff, especially as the Crusader. Do a bunch of cooldown reduction, hit your ults more than you otherwise would. But look how satisfying it is to see that prismatic burst and that shockwave constantly popping. Look at it popping. It's popping like it's hot. And another thing that's really fun to do is you have the cooldown reduction of the Steel Skin, which isn't exactly fun, but the Blink is extremely fun. So if you're able to actually pop the damage of this thing much higher than I've done, you can blink around and you can get yourself a pretty goddamn fast build. Obviously, you need way more damage, and I don't have that level of damage. With the 50% shock, I'm guessing maybe it's like 500,000 damage, if that. You got to get the 50%, maybe 50% shock, and then a mark on them. I don't know why he threw the mark way over here, but a 50% shock with the mark, maybe it's 1,000,000 damage. Maybe. So it's definitely not a build that I would recommend building. It's just a project I have been working on and I wanted to try. Puts me in an awkward position because right now I don't actually have a functional build to do in-game content with because I've been messing around with a bunch of stuff. My Scion I have ruined. It was the Shockwave Scion. I've ruined that bad boy. Trying to create a Molten Strike poison build using an Echo Forge, and it doesn't quite work properly. It's too squishy to be allowed. I didn't do any survivability shenanigans, but on top of it being too squishy, it doesn't have the damage to justify its squishiness. I don't know why I'm talking about other builds when I got this marvelous build. Let's dash around. Blink, blink, blink. Now, I do believe if you bought one of those Shakos with like a level 30 whatever, you can get Prismatic Burst. You could probably make this work pretty good. Pretty good. And you can meme it up. You can put Prismatic Burst to a 6th link Leap Slam with Shockwave. So you can Prismatic Burst. You can like Leap Slam, Shockwave, and then hit with the regular skill for Prismatic Burst. Or maybe Cyclone. I don't know. You can do something janky. It wouldn't be very fun to play, but it would be pretty fun to watch. It can't do high level, whatever those things are called. It can't do a high level Crucible, I don't think. I haven't tried yet. But let's give it a shot with a high level Crucible. Pretty sure my defenses, because my armor is only 9,000, pretty sure my defenses are not exactly up to scuff for a level 100 Crucible, but let's give it a shot. They can't hit what they can't catch. Of course, I can't kill what I can't do damage to, so, you know, lose-lose. Oh, I got hit with bleed or something. I'm immune to ignite. Oh, it's probably poison. I'm immune to all elemental ailments, but I'm not immune to bleed or ignite. I mean, bleed or poison. So it's probably bleed or poison that got the job done. I decided to go the crit route and only go like quarter ass into the crit route, simply because crit is one of the few skills that actually pumps up Prismatic Burst and Shockwave. Let's watch it bounce around as I fight this guy. Oh yeah, it's definitely poison. Bounce, bounce, bounce. I'm actually like barely able to maintain the shockwaves. A little less attack speed and I wouldn't be able to keep the shockwaves going permanently. Now, originally I was trying to do a physical convert to elemental. And convert all physical damage to elemental damage, but that wouldn't really scale very well with Prismatic Burst, I don't think. Because Prismatic Burst doesn't do physical damage, it would only scale with the shockwaves. So all of my cluster jewels are elemental cluster jewels instead of physical cluster jewels, and I'm using 3. I am using Vitality, Petrified Blood. Is that what that's called? Petrified Blood? Yeah, Petrified Blood. Wrath, Herald of Lightning, and Determination. I could drop Determination and throw on Hatred or Anger. Probably Anger because I don't have a lot of physical damage. I think Prismatic Burst makes more sense to be physical converted to elemental, since it triggers with attack spells and not actual spells, and then it would be a lot easier to scale it if it was physical damage. But it not being physical damage makes it a pretty difficult to properly scale to do a bunch of damage. It's a cool gem. I just I don't know what it needs. I think all it really needs, actually, to be honest, is either to be allowed to use with spells, making it a pretty good gem, or just have it do physical damage and then convert that physical damage to elemental damage. Because you can do some really cool stuff with like Void Forge and all the other stuff. It's not 100% a useless build. I mean, you can farm T6 all day long, but if you try to do any of the in-game bosses, you're not going to have a good time. You're just not going to have a good time. But T16's just fine. Just stand on a dude and pop off. Let's take a look at what Prismatic Burst looks like. Prismatic Burst, offense. Man, you jerk. Obviously, I'm not going to go kill him. No need. I'll do the next map. Let's take a look at this Prismatic Burst offense. I want to see what my crit is, because I'm not really doing too much to do the crit on the Prismatic Burst. Offense, Prismatic Burst. We have a 30% chance to crit with only 370 on the base. Increases as you get more power charges, and I'm only getting 3, and I only get them from the curse, or the mark, I should say. Not the curse. Marks are curses. So we're looking at 40% chance to crit, and 383 as you're mapping, which isn't that great. Obviously, if you got to like 100% on that crit, it'd be a lot better. So maybe there is a build here. You just gotta focus more on actually making it work. I don't know what that would be. It's not for me to make that build. If someone else wants to make that build, more power to you. But I've already made a Cyclone Shockwave build, so I'm kind of burnt. Nah, I'm never burnt out on the Shockwave play style. On the Cyclone play style. Cyclone's always great. But I would be interested in trying to remove Shockwave and just using Prismatic Burst. But I think I am not going to do that. A new game came out today, which I plan on playing probably for the rest of the night. Maybe even end in the Path of Exile League early, so I can play Etrin Odyssey Collection Edition. Now that game is a huge nerd game that I don't recommend anyone play. Unless you're a huge dork nerd like me. So let's take, I think I'm only converting 90% of my damage to physical. Let's take a look at the Shockwave. Offense. Oh, it doesn't, it just, oh, main hand lightning damage. Yeah, so it's like 30,000 per Shockwave. What kind of shock are we? It's hard to actually see them with the shocks. See how much shock damage you're doing with Cyclone, because you're freaking spinning. You're spinning and you're winning, so you can't really view the monsters very well unless you stop spinning. But I'm gonna see just to make sure I'm getting some good shock waves on some of these boys. Looks like I had a 50% shock there. 41, 41, 43. Yeah, not even getting 50% on these like base monsters. It's probably gonna be almost nothing on the bosses. You'd have to use like over shock, I think it's called, or add a lot more. I only have the one passive into shock. I'm only rocking this guy just so I can do the physical convert, which I could probably get rid of. If I pathed up into here to add more lightning damage and element effect, maybe I'll be able to do 50% shock on a boss. Wait, did he not? Oh. I left him on red. But if you're diligent with your... Oh, I ran this map wrong. Judge me. If you're diligent with your actually pressing of your teleport, it's pretty quick. Pretty quick little mapper. Obviously, there's faster ones that just do a ton of movement speed. But it's pretty fast for the fact that it... Oh, this guy's going to kill me. Watch. I'm going to let him hit me. Oh, no, I survived it. Could be the petrified blood and the fact that I picked up a bunch of maximum elemental resistances. Is he elusive? Let's take a look. No, he's not elusive. Just slightly not proccing right. It could be that I only have 90% 90% hit chance. Let's take a look at some of my setup here. Obviously, I'm using precision for more accuracy, but I am also using War Banner, specifically for the 20% accuracy rating. I can get accuracy elsewhere, probably, and not use War Banner, but I don't have anything else to use. Vitality, Arrogance, and then this setup, you just have Steel Skin, Frostblink, Assassin Mark on a cast when stun. I was trying to think what other stuff would be cool to use with cooldown reduction speed. And I was kind of coming up with blanks. I was thinking maybe Shade Form. It has like a 20-second cooldown reduction. I think it makes you invulnerable to physical damage or something like that. And I was thinking maybe you can do Shade Form, and then once Shade Form drops off, you pop a guard. Or do some kind of guard build. But you can never have the guards up at all times. Obviously, General's Cry is incredible with cooldown reduction. But I've already gone down that road. I've already played that game. And it ain't that interesting. There's a pretty meta build that uses the red blade shield to do a General Cry Slayer. Very strong build. Never played it, but I've seen people do millions of damage, unless it was like nerfed over the past few leagues. I don't think it was nerfed. I think it just fell out of favor. Maybe the Warcry nodes. Some of the Warcry nodes were nerfed to reduce that damage. Yeah, but I'm guessing some of the Warcry nodes were nerfed. General Cry by itself is not really my speed, my playstyle. But General Cry with a Shockwave, Cyclone, and a Sweep, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh yeah, this damage is not spectacular. Kind of feels like it's stalling out just a little bit. I know they have like server ticks, so I probably have to adjust my CDR in order to make this feel a little better. Or maybe I just need the 100% hit chance. Wait, how does this read? Never deal critical strikes. If I could use that with my attacks and have my Prismatic Burst still crit, it might be kind of nice, but you can't. This stupid Scorpion keep up. Come on, Skarner. Get over here. Stop guarding your crystals and come fight me. It's also very colorful. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, pow. I got a big hit. Oh, I got a 50% shock on the Scorpion boss. I am shocking pretty good. And there's more map. I'll run and finish that. A little bit. Well, there's quite a bit more map. Don't want to waste the map. It's one of my favorite belts in the game, but I already got a damn near perfect roll. I'm gonna run a delve after this just for the memes. I'm gonna put on increased AoE just to see what it looks like. I already have a little bit from the Saboteur passive. That was not the most inefficient run of a map I've ever seen. I don't know what could be. Well, let's go kill that. Kill that Skarner. This build probably benefits from going evasion instead of armor. But I don't have any evasion gear. Haven't done any evasion characters yet this league, and I didn't want to pick it up. I recycle a lot of the gear that I buy. I try to buy universally good pieces, so that way I can build multiple builds and just move the universally good piece over. Big part of why I have absolutely no clue on the price of any of my builds. I know this one's way more expensive than you would think. Way more expensive than you would think. So let's run down some of what I got here. Dump the loot. Dump. They really need a button that's just like dump everything. A dump everything button. An auto move everything that has everything that can be auto moved button. It would be quality of life to such an extreme degree that GGG would have a fit. People be spending more time playing and less time messing with their loot, and then they would be done playing the game sooner, and they want to slow this game down so people continue to play. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of this loot. This is a pretty good ring. I handcrafted this bad boy, so I didn't buy it. I just got lucky. I hit everything on it, except for the item rarity, which I smashed with an Exalted Orb. I think that's a tier 1 item rarity. Yeah, tier 1 across the board. So this is probably a pretty expensive ring. I would try to price it, but there's no way that anyone else has anything remotely good to this ring. So this is damn near best in slot here if you use attacks. Yeah, let's get rid of attack damage. Do we even have? Not even close. Let's get rid of rarity. Still don't have it. Let's drop the total life to 50. 5 divines. Yeah, this is a very good ring here that I have crafted. I've had this guy forever. This guy forever. Another universally good ring. Everybody needs a little bit of strength. Everybody needs a little bit of physical damage if you're doing physical damage, and then it's got life leech on it. Obviously, you don't have any crit because not every build crits, so this is just universally good. That's why I got this amulet. Brain Rattler, excellent. This is just a stat stick. I needed a bunch of armor, so I got a heavy armor helmet. It's just, oh, I thought it was tier 1 across the board again, but we got tier 3 up at top. That's gross. And let's move into here. So we got these triple cluster jewels. Each one of them is elemental damage. And inside of them, we have Prismatic Heart, Sadist. We got a Doriana's Lesson up there, but I don't have enough skill points to get to it. There's my Corrupted Blood Jewels. Pretty good, pretty good. Oh, I like this Glorious Vanity. We got Chaos, Chaos, and then I have Chaos crafted there. So that's basically all my Chaos res and 3 to max Chaos. It's pretty efficient. Oh, there's another one there. So it's 4 to max Chaos just from this guy. So that's a pretty good one. Cost 50C, so that one's not too expensive. One of these Megalomaniacs is excellent, and I played 5 Divines for it. It's not that one. It's this one. No longer using physical damage, but you got Force Multiplier, Pressure Points, and Born of Chaos. That is a damn fine Megalomaniac. So I like to get the Born from Chaos from Megalomaniacs, simply because it's more cool. And I think that's everything else that's expensive. I'm using this guy in conjunction with, where you at? Where you at? This guy and one more somewhere. That guy? Yeah, that guy. Those bad boys in conjunction gives me elemental immunity. So bleed is a problem. So I have this guy on bleed, though I should switch it since I don't have the bottom part. The bottom part doesn't matter. This is just removing the bleed damage, extra bleed damage while moving. It makes bleed kinda not kill me. Though this one's probably better, but I don't think bleed damage is taken as chaos even with Divine Flesh. Divine Flesh. All damage. 50% of elemental damage taken as chaos. Oh yeah, it's not even physical damage, it's chaos. So yeah, I'm getting hit with all that physical damage. I could drop one of these bad boys. 10% of physical damage from hits is taken in chaos. Or 10% of armor also applies to chaos. But I'm not gonna. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. I don't know why I'm even talking about that. Oh yeah. I wanted to run a delve. Now, delve might kill me. I'll have to move and remember to move. I've been playing that stationary build for so long that sometimes I forget to move. You got to move it, move it. You got to move it, move it. Move it. Divergent. What are we going to get rid of? Yeah, we'll get rid of that. More AoE. Let's see what this looks like. Let's head over this way. Obviously, I could put in a Carcass Jack, but I'd be losing all that CDR from the chess piece. Keep up. Keep up, mining cart. Oh, I went the wrong way. Yeah, it's not too big of a difference with that extra AoE. I need the Carcass Jack in order to make it seem silly. See if I can hold still. Probably gonna die if I try to hold still. Eventually they're gonna do some type of degen or damage over time. I'm holding still alright. Let's have a little bit of fun. Every time I seem to do this, it kills me. Look at those boys popping. I meant to go to miscellaneous, but whatever. Pop, pop, pop. Refresh, 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 refresh. The Prismatic Burst is going pretty quick. It's on a 0.33 timer. We got a miscellaneous. You can't see it there, but you can see it here. Cooldown time 0.33. I think it starts at 1 as a base. So we got it down like 70% or something like that. That is the build. Meme build number like 3 for the league. We got General Cry, Cyclone. We got Cast When Stun, Cast While Channeling. And now we got Heavy CDR, Prismatic Burst. Hope you guys enjoyed.